إن الحمد لله نحمده ونستعينه ونستغفر ونعوذ بالله من شرور أنفسنا ومن سيئات أعمالنا من يهده الله فلا مضل له ومن يضلل فلا هادي له وأشهد أن لا إله إلا الله وحده لا شريك له وأشهد أن محمدا عبده ورسوله. Alhamdulillah, we're here again dealing with the Ajrumiyah. And the Ajrumiyah is going to pick up. It's going to pick up faster and faster because we finished the basics of an Ajrumiyah pretty much. Actually, I shouldn't say that. Yes, pretty much. We're finished with the basics. Once you understand what an ismun, a fi'lun, a harfin, and a description of those things, you know, knowing what tanween is, and knowing what qad, wa sawfa, and mudh, wa mundhu, wa la'alla, and hatta, and those types of things, and what a harf is, and knowing the rules of i'rab, al-i'rab taghyir al-awakhir al-kalimi, you know, the change that happened at the end of the word. Now we can investigate and see what are those changes actually going to be like. And we finished already with diwan. ضم واو ألف ونون علامات رفع بها تكون. Now we're down here with فاكيح, and we want to remember that every time. فاكيح. What does فاكيح means? فاكيح means فتحة ألف كسر والياء وحذف نون فالذي فتح به علامات يا ذا نحال لنصبه. So we're dealing with nasbi, the signs of nasb. So today we're dealing with nasb. And nasb is a sign. Well, actually, it means to be straight up and down. Okay? Here, it means fatha, or what comes in the place of a fatha. So we're dealing with a fatha, an alif, a kasra, a ya, and then hadfu noon. Hadfu noon is basically noon crossed out. Okay? Noon being crossed out. That's what we're dealing with. A fatha, an alif, a kasra, a ya, and a noon being crossed out, x'd out, chopped off the end of a word. So when you see a noon chopped off the end of a word, you know that that could be a sign of nasbi. It's time for jazmi also, but right now we're going to introduce it as a sign for nasbi. So as the poem goes, it says, well, we finished the first part of the poem actually. When we went through this, we said, alamatu nasbi laha kun muhsiyan ay hafidhan al-fatha wal-alif wal-kasra wal-ya wa hadfa nun falladhi fathu bihi alamatun ya dhahan uhan li nasbihi mukassiru al-jumu'i thumma al-mufradu thumma al-mudari'u alladhi katas'adu. Now it says, bil-alif il-khamsata nasbaha al-tazam وانصب بكسر جمع تأنيث السلم واعلم بأن الجمع والمثنى نسبهما بالياء حيث عنا والخمسة الأفعال نسبها ثبت بحذف نونها إذا ما نصبت. Again, nice and slow. بالالف. We don't say بالالف. We say بالالف الخمسة نسبها التزم وانصب بكسر جمع تأنيث السلم. We say بالالف الخمسة. Here we're talking about خمسة الأسماء الخمسة نصبها التزم. التزم is on the scale of افتعل. افتعل. Say that. And we're going to start doing this a lot. This word التزم means افتعل. The ta is ziyada. So what's the word? Lazim. You guys get it? So iltazam is in order to do this word. Stick to the nasbi in the khamsat al-af'al, khamsat al-asma. What are asma al-khamsa? Al-asma abuki, hamuki, abuka, hamuka, hamuki, dhu malin, hamuki, fuka. Naam? So here we have, jazakallah khair. In raf'un, it's abu, abuka. So what's it going to be? We say bilalif al-khamsa. It's going to be what? What's it going to be, guys? If alif is in nasbi, what are we going to show for this? It's going to be abaka. You guys get it? Abaka, thaka, hamaka. Right? You guys got it? Akhaka. 1, 2, 3. Dha malin. Dha malin. Dha malin. So it's going to be kasra. Dha malin. So these are the names. Abuki, hamuki, dhu malin, hamuki, fuki. Okay? So here, these are the ones that are the 5 names that in the raf'i they carried a dhamma. Now in the nasbi they carry a fatha. You guys follow me? I see some clouds. So in raf'un, when it's raf'un, ja'a abuk, ja'a hamuk, ja'a tajri fuk. You're running your mouth. Okay? Or, ja'a hahuna dhu malin, the one that has money. But here, when it's nasbi, it's going to be acted upon. Nasbi shows itself when it's acted upon. Okay? So, I said, duribat, daraba fulan abak. You see that? That's not a good sentence. But daraba Zaydun abak. Zayd hit abaka, your father. So since your father was acted upon, he doesn't become abuka, he becomes abaka. Okay? Or daraba Zaydun faka. Zayd hit you in your mouth, faka. Or hamaka, or akhaka. Daraba abuka akhaka. Okay? And then dha malin. Dha malin. The imam. You did do it. Okay. So here is the sign. So it says, "What bilali fil khamsata nasbul haltazam." So always stick to that type of thing. Stick to that. Okay. One sub and also make it nasbi bikasri. So now we're off of the alif. This is the alif. Okay. But asma al khamsa. Now it says one sub bikasrin. Now we're making kasra a sign of nasbi. Jam'u ta'nith as-salam. The woman, the plural. Jam'u is the plural, right? Feminine. Salim is sound. So we say muslimat. Muslimatin. Okay? We made a kasra, a sign of it. Ra'aytu muslimatin. I saw al-muslimatin, the women, Muslims. Okay? You guys see that? As opposed to ja'at al-muslimatun, they came. And that was a dhamma. It's a sign of what? Raf'un, for them. Okay? You guys with me? And it's not al-muslimati, al-muslimat. Okay? Because it can't be kasra, tan, and alif wal lam. Okay? So, we got that part. This is wa'lam, and know. بِأَنَّ الْجَمْعَ وَالْمُثَنَّى, that the plural and the dual. Okay, because remember, Arabic has a singular, dual, and then the plural. Plural does not start 2 and more. Plural starts what? 3 and more. 2 is dual. 1 is singular. 2 is dual. 3 and more is the plural. So it says, wa'lam, and know that the plural and the dual, nasbuhuma, making them to nasbi, bil ya, haythu anna. Wherever you find them, make it a ya for them. So here we have the plural. Let's say Zayd. I saw Ra'aytu Zaydin. Whole bunch of Zayds. Okay? That's Zaydin bil kasra. If I want to make it plural, double, dual, I say Rajulain. Rajulaini. Rajulaini. And I put a fatha on it. So the difference is only between a kasra and a fatha. The fatha preceding the ya is dual. Rajulaini. Ra'aytu rajulaini. Okay, I saw 2 men. Okay? In Raf'i, what is it? وَرَفْعُ مَا ثَنَّيْتُهُ بِالْآلِفِ. So you make something that you, when Raf'un, with an alif, رَجُلَانِ. Right? جَاءَ رَجُلَانِ رَأَيْتُ رَجُلَيْنِ. So you say, جَاءَ رَجُلَانِ, you say, رَأَيْتَ رَجُلَيْنِ? You saw 2 men? Na'am. Ra'aytu rajulaini. I saw two men. You see? So, rajulaini, but zaydina, the kasra, here is plural. Plurifies it. Okay? A zaydina. So, that's what I said. So, know that plural and the dual, nasbuhuma, making them nasbi, is with ya. Haythu anna, wherever. Wherever anna you find, wherever you feel like it, wherever you find them, wherever you have to, wherever it's important to you, wherever ya'nika. Okay? Then it says, wal khamsat al af'al. The last thing we're talking about is the 5 actions. And we did this also. Once you got the first part, rafun, diwan, where it says, yaf'alani, yaf'alun, wa taf'alani, taf'alina, taf'alun, right? We got that. Once you have that thabit in your head, strong in your head, the rest of it becomes easy because he follows the same thing. Wal khamsat al af'al. He's talking about yaf'alani, yaf'alun, wa taf'alani, taf'alina, taf'alun. Nasbuhuma thabit. It's firm and well established. It's well established that you make them nasbi bihadfi nooniha, by chopping off the noon. So it wouldn't be yaf'aluna, yaf'alani, yaf'alun. It would be yaf'ala, yaf'alu, wa taf'ala, wa taf'ali, wa taf'alu. The noon is cut off. You guys got me? That's very easy. وَالْخَمْسَةَ الْأَفْعَالِ نَصْبُهَا ثَبَتْ is firm. بِحَذْفِ نُونِهَا إِذَا مَا نُصِبَتْ, when it is the case that they are nusibat, made nasbi. So this, like I said, erase it please here. So I just want to erase it. Here, we just show it right here. We said it in the other part. يَفْعَلَانِ. Say the word. يَفْعَلَانِ. يَفْعَلُونَ. Just to show you how it goes. Okay? وَتَفْعَلَانِ. تَفْعَلِينَ. Walaikum salam. تَفْعَلُونَ. So now here, this is in the raf'i. This is when it is raf'un, in its natural state of affairs. But now we said, إِذَا مَا نُصِبَتْ, if we made it nasbi. And I said, غالبا, most of the time, when you make something nasbi, it's being acted upon. It's the object. So, or you say, لا تفعل, يفعلا. You say, يفعلا. You want to hadf noon? You take it off. Boom. يفعلا. Or you say, yaf'alu. You take the noon off and you put an alif there. Okay? You put an alif. This is the alif. This alif, we learned this. We learned this when we started learning master letters. Now go back in your minds. We said, when he said that there's an alif, right? When we talk about, now alif was the first of signs. It's makhraj, hard to find. And deep inside my mouth I find a hamza lived inside. With idhar, yes, the alif is itself and also hamza. While hamza is itself, no else, that's it, just hamza, hamza. Loud and strong while low is strained, opening sifat, the alif comes along with mud, just following a fat, or shows up at the ends of words right before they craft, separates and demarcates to help the reader pass. So you see your first lesson, it comes to become relevance here because now when you cut the noon off and there's a wow there, okay, and there's a wow there, then you have to put an alif there. What does that alif represent? The same thing it did in master letters. It separates and demarcates. The name of that alif is called alif al-fariqa. The alif that separates and demarcates. What does demarcation mean? It means it lets you know that the length of this word is from here to here. And it ends with that alif. So that you don't get it confused with the next word. Does that make sense? So like we said, there's no schizophrenia in Islam or in Arabic or any types of the sciences that come in Islam. If you establish your lessons early, they help you later on. Okay, we with that? Also, we learned when we studied the alphabet that this little 5 comes over 3 letters. Remember I said that earlier? And I said when you see that little 5 over those 3 letters, it's to let you know, Rasman. It's part of the construction of the word. You write it, but you do not pronounce it. Just like if you write the word 8, you say 8, right? But you don't pronounce the G or the H, right? Or the I for that matter. But the I has some work to do. The I makes it a long vowel. The rest of the stuff, we don't even have a purpose for it. but it's written. If you don't write it, it's incorrect. Likewise, these letters have to be inside of a word when you see them, but the little 5 over it lets you know that they're not to be pronounced. We know the purpose of it in this one because it's to separate and demarcate, because the name of that alif is called what? Alif al-Faraqa. What's his job? To separate and demarcate, to help the reader pass. Let him know it's over. So going right on, taf'ala, hadfu noon. Taf'ali, la taf'ali. When you're talking to a lady, if you tell her no or something like that, you say la taf'ali, and you don't say taf'alina. You say la taf'ali, and you cut that, but you don't put an alif at the end because the ya is sufficient. And this says taf'alu. Taf'alun, what do I have to do? I have to put an alif with a 5 over it. And this is making it nasb. So it said, وَالْخَمْسَةَ الْأَفْعَالِ نَصْبُهَا ثَبَتْ بِحَذْفِ نُونِهَا إِذَا مَا نُصِبَتْ. When you make it nasbi. أَقُولُ قَوْلِي هَذَا وَأَسْتَغْفِرُ اللَّهَ لِي. Hold on. Yes.
You can reading one time the poem again slowly.
Okay. It's hard for me to say bil alifi because we didn't learn it bil alifi. We learned it with naql. A naql is with the absence of the alif here. Okay, absence of the hamza. So we say bil alifi al khamsat al nasbuha iltazam wansub bi kasri jam'a ta'nith as-salam wa'lam bi anna al-jam'a wal muthanna نصبهما بالياء حيث عنا والخمسة الأفعال نصبها الثبت بحذف نونها إذا ما نصبت. يكفيك؟ نعم الحمد لله. Memorize and you will get your way. أقول قولي هذا واستغفر الله لي ولكم والسلام عليكم ورحمة الله وبركاته. Is there any questions?